me to talk?
Yes. I want to talk about personal hygiene and
Oh. He wanted me to make a video this morning, but I told him that I couldn't because this blouse, and I apparently worn it before, and it smelled. And he said, "But we're not doing smell-o-vision." I said, "I know, but I can smell it, and it's, making me feel, well, just, I don't ever wear clothes that have been soiled or in any way. So, it's just and so I'm going to try to do my best to make this video while still wearing this smelly blouse.
well, how come I can't smell it?
Well, your snifter is,
I thought I had a high quality sniffer. It's pretty good size too,
yes, well,
Oh, sorry about that.
he's been advising me. I'm worried about my neighbor. I haven't seen her for quite a few days, and he said, "Well, can you smell anything?" Meaning,
That's
has
true.
she died?
You walk past somebody's apartment and go, whoa, man, that was some good stuff
I
that's
have
smoking
never,
in there. Like,
we
whoa.
have had people in here that
Hey,
were
listen,
missing.
can I come in and have a few of those
People who were
too?
missing and were not detected missing until. So,
We're not allowed to smoke in here.
but anyway, I have not smelled anything, no. So I'm just concerned, sometimes there's nobody cares in some people's lives unless they're strangers. Stranger. And if you depend on strangers to keep track of you and tend to your welfare, it stands to reason they might
Now let's just
do
halt
a
this for a
good
second.
job.
Stranger, right? How do you define stranger?
Well, not
you are
relatives,
the most stranger person
Not-
I've ever met in my life.
not
But
official
at the same
friends.
time, you seem to think my welfare is your welfare, so you can stick your welfare right into my welfare. Well, you are a stranger. That's
Seem to.
strange.
Oh, don't let him fool you. If I didn't come down in a timely manner, he would be on that phone. Where were you? Where are you? Where are you? I called and called and called. I thought you were dead. So
Hope
he's a
springs
stranger,
eternal, right?
but he's a stranger, but he does. Oh, get away! Don't.
I don't smell anything that doesn't smell like a human being.
Oh.
Of course, now,
Well,
let's face it. I do know what used toilet paper smells like, and that doesn't smell good. Trust me.
Well, listen, my father was one of those people that, he was an old rancher and he did not use deodorant. Never heard of such
They
a
never
thing.
had it in those
And
days.
he was one that had body odor. So, I inherited this unfortunate. My mother, she could go for days and you could never smell anything. She smelled this like a rose, but I happened to inherit his.
Well, you have ruined roses for the rest of my
So
life.
is this information
Don't
that you
expect-
want to
didn't
know?
I didn't. That your mother smelled like a rose. I
He
mean,
didn't want to know that some females
maybe
are
a geranium
more
or
highly
a lilac
toxic.
or something, but
toxic than other females.
oh man.
And I've always had to.
that's-
How would you like to? I worked in a factory once, and I had the problem. After half a day of smell, if I had to do a hard job where sweat was pouring off, in half a day, the odorant would be gone. And
Now, do you want to tell
this
them what
woman
factory
didn't like me very
what
well.
factory you were working in?
Revlon.
That's
Cosmetics.
Revlon
Cosmetics, not cosmetics, cosmetic. And anyway, this woman didn't like me, so she complained that I just smelled like an old boar hog or something like that, At about noon, And so
Wait.
my manager.
I do not know what boardwalk smells like.
Well, not
I've
good.
seen them
Not good.
from a distance.
Well, it's really their wallows.
I don't know.
They're wallows that smell. It's not the pigs themselves. Pigs
Oh,
themselves do not smell. I have pet pigs. They didn't smell at all. It's just the fact that pigs like to wallow, and their wallows is what gets the smelling. And because, but anyway, the manager very nicely got hold of me and took me in private and gave me this great big bottle of deodorant and said, you need to use this, I said, oh no. So after that, at noon, I had to go and apply. Most people could go all day. You didn't know this, did you? You cannot work in a factory and smell like an old, because people have to work close to you pretty soon.
Well, wait a minute. If you're working in a factory that's named Revlon and does cosmetics.
Yeah, but sometimes you had to box
you're supposed
up
to smell good, right?
Yeah, right. There's no excuse.
Steal all
they
that
have
stuff
deodorant
away.
there. She gave me, and there's no excuse. But if you're working in very close quarters and you're throwing boxes around, and you've got to be careful. So, I've had this humiliating thing happen to me. So I've always had to, that traumatized me for life, and if I wasn't already. So, this is why I'm conscious of smells that you probably never had to worry about, I'm sure.
Don't be too sure about that.
Okay, well, can we move on now to another topics of importance?
I thought this was pretty damn important. Hey, anybody think about this, folks? Watch her pass out right now. Come on here. Okay, let's talk about Arizona is burning its butt off.
Oh boy,
Go for it.
Oh, that's the worst. People, the whole state is on fire practically.
That's not even the best one coming up.
And
we've
had a relatively, we haven't had any big crisis disasters for a while. And the back east is the one, the Tornado Alley's one's getting the disasters, but all of a sudden, somebody made a campfire when the winds were high. They're not supposed to even open them, campfire grounds, when the wind's blowing so high. Well, there's accusations that it was a holiday and they wanted to open, income hasn't been very good. What? Now the whole forest is burned up. Nobody's going to want to even come to it, or won't be able to. All they'll see is a bunch of charred trees. For how long till these forest fires areas recover? It takes years.
Nature is a real, folks, nobody watches this anyway, but I hate to be the negative. Why do they call nature a woman or female? Always, it's like nature is a female. Guess why?
Mother Nature.
See, you never hear Father Nature, do you? Mother Nature. And Mother Nature.
Yes.
Burn my buns off, right? Can't please Mother Nature. She'll come back and slap the crap out of you right there.
Yeah, but I feel sorry for those people that are, depending on the tourist season for. This summer is not going to be a very good tourist season in that area for sure, in the White Mountains. Now they're talking about another town that's threatened.
And what might that be?
Well, right around the perimeters of the fire. The fire is getting bigger and bigger, and there's no end in sight yet.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, last night down in the patio when I was sitting there, the wind was blowing so hard. I said, they'll never get that fire out if it wind's blowing this hard. It would just leap out of control, go from hill to hill, tree to tree.
I was thinking about lighting a candle, but right now, maybe I shouldn't.
I know. Yeah. Yes.
You might have a small heart attack. You know. Put that candle up. What are you trying to do? Burn us down.
We should not light any candles. We shouldn't do any fires.
No.
Because we don't want another fire. We've got 5.
Is it okay if I use the electric stove?
We don't want any more fires in Arizona. We don't. So anyway, the governor's declared emergency. I don't know what that'll do for us, and firefighters coming in from other states.
Well, that means she can tap into the $400,000 emergency fund. Don't you read anymore?
So far. She
can tap into that and just dribble it away. You know. So.
Oh my word! I'm telling you, every bit of news we read. I just read one this morning where it said every minute, there's more debt. Every minute, there's more debt to the country.
I don't smell anything.
Oh, is that what you're trying to do?
Did not smell.
Say.
Sorry, folks, it's not Smellovision. No, that was tried 50 years ago. Didn't work. In the theater, and they would put up, just certain smells in it. And after about 4 times they did it, the smells all got together, and it smelled pretty bad. It didn't work very well. Look that up in case all of your movie files. It didn't work. So getting back to this part where
this
woman hits me a lot. You know that? And you know what?
Well, that called for hitting. That you were attacking me.
I was not. I was smelling you.
I was just. Well, that is an attack as far as I'm concerned.
Now wait a minute. When I was young, 55 years ago, and you got a woman on the dance floor, and you were just dancing up and.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh yes. Listen, I used to laugh. Oh, you're wearing white shoulders, aren't you? Oh my God, you know it. Oh, you're wearing Joy by Estee Lauder. Oh my God, you were pretty much in, just you could just smell what they were doing.
Well, did you ever smell some girls that just smelled like old bar hogs, or not?
Me beside you?
Oh.
I have to pay for that one again. The best one I got, he said, this guy's dancing with this girl. He said, he's dancing with her. That smells good. What do you have on? And she says, Chanel No. 5. And she says, well, to reciprocate, what do you have on? He says, hard on, but I didn't think you could smell it. Where have you been, in Utah all your life?
I didn't know you were going to say that.
I didn't tell
me.
I did not know that.
To see if that would pass my censorship. Somebody didn't censor these things. There's no telling what would come out of his mouth. If he wasn't afraid of the censor, might hit him very hard.
You've been doing a pretty good job up to now.
So anyway, we're in the middle of a fire, and the country is also going to hell, from what I read all the time.
What?
The news has always been bad.
You go from Arizona fire straight to hell, right? That wasn't supposed to be fire in hell.
But it seems like newspapers always present the country's going to hell.
Well, it is.
Well, it's been going to hell for years and years and years,
No,
this is what newspapers.
It's been doing it for about 30 years, folks. I'm 73. 30? Oh. I could watch it disappear.
Oh, of course. The old pessimist here
saw this. I'm a pragmatist.
Oh, pragmatist. Okay. Well, we still have to live in the world, make do, and try to be happy, and satisfied, enjoy ourselves. Oh. And without turning into, having a nice cup of coffee, enjoying the morning, and in spite of all of the
You sound very
problems
You sound spiteful this
that
morning.
we have had to
Are you spiteful?
face in recent years, going to have to face some more. And we're all getting poor, according to the news. We're getting poorer by the minute.
Are you kidding?
We're soon. I thought we were poverty-stricken before, but we weren't. We're going to reach a new low. All the people, the poorest people, are going to get worse.
So what you're trying to tell me?
According to the news.
What you're trying to tell me right now is bottom looks like up. Right?
Oh, bottom looks like
up. Oh, okay.
But the good. Yeah, but we're old. You know, we've already gone through. These bad times that are coming.
The only thing they can do to me right now is put me on the rack. You know, I say, oh, I don't care. Just break it up and get it up. And, you know, crank it a little more. Will you confess? Well, yeah, I thought the life was pretty good.
And the kids are still playing, laughing. You know, they're oblivious. They don't realize.
Didn't have a clue.
Yeah, they don't
Hey, what
realize.
wait a minute.
They're
I got another call here. I got a call here. Oh, wait a minute. I put you on there.
You can't get a kid's attention because he's talking to somebody, texting him,
ADD,
doing
attention
something.
deficit
My poor sister,
disorder.
she's up in her 70s. She's just got a text phone. She said, that's the most aggravating thing I've ever had. I just can't stand it, but my grandkids like it. But I can't, she said, you think just writing an email is hard. Just try texting. I know, that looks very hard to me. I'm not even going to get one of those phones. This is not going to be my gift to myself ever, is texting.
Well,
My son-in-law texts, he texts. My daughter texts. But
what about
my grandson's text.
Sexting.
Oh, that's true.
Well, we're back to the Wiener case here, right? Oh, boy.
No, we've heard enough of that. He's having me watch Colbert show, Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart's making a living off of the Wienergate story. Wienergate. He is making a living.
Been on for 10 years, sweetheart.
Yeah, but Wiener is carrying him out.
Laughing about the politicians that you people voted for.
Oh my goodness sakes! Oh my goodness sakes! Well, I'm trying to think of something, to kind of swing up and be cheerful. I like to be cheerful.
I don't want to get too close because if she thinks I'm smelling, she's going to smack me.
To see if he can't get a whifter. What I'm talking about is he never noticed.
God, I don't smell so good myself. Come to think about it,
I've been so careful never to let him get any whifter. That now he's trying to sneak over here and see if he can't. But I'm soon going to go home. I'm going to take this off, and I will soon be fresh as a daisy.
Oh. Here's another little euphemism I don't understand. Daisies only last about a day, and that's about it, and they're gone.
Right.
So if you're going to get a day old daisy.
He notices if I ever use cliches.
If you ever use them.
He thinks I use them all the time.
You can't get through a sentence
I was raised doing that,
cliche.
white as a ghost, sharp as a pin. I don't know why we were very bad to use all these old descriptions, obvious ones, but I've had them corrected right. People have objected like you, and I think my language is pretty clean. You haven't noticed me saying sharp as a tack, white as a sheet. No. Oh, I can't look at him, the disgust. He's so fastidious. He can't stand cliches like her in his presence.
My parents were not.
So I used to be very descriptive.
My mother used to come up with that thingamajig over there and then whatchamacallit. I'd say, Mom, what? You know, that thingamajig by the whatchamacallit.
He was fastidious even as a child. Mom, what are you talking about?
I was in the perambulator, right? And I said, what? I was talking before I was walking, okay?
But I found out later
problem.
on that Shakespeare, many of these come from Shakespeare. So we know. It wasn't quite as bad as he's picturing it. But anyway, I've had to clean up my language and to his specifications, not necessarily.
Here's a woman. If somebody handed her a bag full of feces, she would say, well, that looks like feces, right? See, everybody else would say, that smells like shit. Woo!
Oh, I know. He believes in saying what something is right out, but, you know, no cliches, no descriptions. Well, anyway, I'm going to come over here and turn this off very carefully.
Yeah, because
Bye.
if you screw up, bang.